Hey people, it is Thursday, February the 6th. The time is 4:40 in the afternoon. It's currently about 0 degrees Celsius. Feeling more like -6 with the wind chill. And I just got off the subway here at Keele Station in Toronto's West End. That was on line 2. I took from downtown. And we're at the corner of Keele and Bloor Street West right here, and you can see High Park across the street. So I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm going to take a bit of a nature walk, and we'll walk through part of High Park in the winter with some nice white snow on the ground. We had another snowfall today, just another light dusting, but that's all we've been getting all winter, is just one light dusting after another. It's been a while since I've walked through High Park, and I don't think I've ever walked through High Park in the winter, strangely enough. And it's been a couple of years since I've recorded a video in High Park, at least. I do get requests to do more nature-y walks sometimes, which I don't generally enjoy doing, and to be honest, most of the nature-y walks that I have done don't seem to do as well views-wise as my typical urban walks do. But it's not always about the views. I think it's nice to do something a bit different than the norm every once in a while. It's not like I'm out in the country or anything. I'm literally in a busy, built-up part of the biggest city in Canada. And High Park is the biggest urban park in the city. We've officially entered the park, but of course we can't really escape the sounds of the city. Now I know there are trails, although with the snow on the ground it's obviously going to be a bit harder to see where they are. And it might be a bit slippery also. I have to be a little bit careful as I wind my way through. I'm going to make my way west through the park if I can. Definitely a different vibe here in the winter than it would be in the summer or the fall. Not really exactly sure which way I'll be going. So I know that way is west, and I kind of do want to eventually emerge from the park back onto Bloor Street further west. So this is the biggest sort of urban park in the city, but technically the biggest park within the city limits is Rouge Park, which is more like a natural wilderness preserve in the northwest corner of the city, kind of in undeveloped corner of the city that they just decided to leave in its natural state and turn into a park. So that's looking north towards Bloor Street. And Parkside Drive is over there, running along the eastern border of the park. It's basically an enormous rectangle. And quite hilly in here, as you can see. So I'm walking south now, but first trail I see heading west, I'm going to take it. There's a pond down there. Partially frozen over, but mostly open water. Some friendly pooches meeting one another. Yeah, definitely a lot quieter in here than it would be on Bloor Street recording. All right, now here's a big, well-used walkway heading west from what I can tell. Kind of walking uphill right now. And here's a map of the park. Of course, some nitwit had to scrawl their stupid tag on it. All right, now there's Bloor Street to the north. It was a long incline. Didn't look like much, but when you're continually walking up an incline for such a long ways, you start to feel it. I'll take us a bit deeper into the park. And I'm taking the easy way now along an actual paved sidewalk. And you can see vehicles can access the park through here. So now I'm walking south again. No one's playing tennis right now. Although there are some people over on that rink over there. All right, let's try to head west again. A few more park-like views off the main road here. There's just like one lone kid on that rink. I really can't tell where the trail goes here. Have to look out for footprints, I guess. Luckily the snow isn't very deep. As I said, we've just been getting dusting after dusting. It's really just a few centimeters deep here. But just enough to make everything look quite wintry. There's another roadway.
So maybe one of us can pop out later.
Yeah, let's get off these areas that look a little too unwilderness-like, and we'll try to get into one of these trails that really takes us down into the thick of things here. And it's going downhill. Hopefully I don't end up in a spot where I don't know how to get myself out of. I can hear someone wishing happy birthday. Take little baby steps just to make sure I don't slip and land on my rear end here. There, now it looks like we're not so much in the middle of the city, although we are. Sorry. All right, let's see where this goes. I don't think she was aware of my presence until I was literally about to pass her. All right, I should be heading west again now. I don't mind doing this every once in a blue moon, but I'd much rather be surrounded by tall buildings than tall trees any day when I take a walk. Actually, I think I got turned around. I'm actually walking north right now. That is Bloor Street up ahead. These meandering trails, it's easy to think you're going one way, and before you know it, you're actually going another way. I think I see that staircase that I often look down as I'm walking past on Bloor Street. So the easy thing to do would just be to walk up to Bloor Street right there. But let's not make it so easy. So now I am heading west. This is the western boundary of High Park. You can see some homes over there. So we didn't actually go very deep into the park southward. It does go for a couple of kilometers north to south. It's not as wide east to west. It's like a rectangle oriented north to south with the narrow end on top. And if you look this way, I think we're just in the forest, miles from the city. But look this way, it's like, oh, what do you know? Imagine how expensive it must be to own a house located right here, literally looking into the park. Or to own a unit or rent a unit in this building. But here's those stairs I often look down, and never have I actually walked down or up them before, so this will be a first. Tread carefully. And just like that, we're in the city. Well, now I don't have to wonder what's down there anymore. Alright, now we're on Bloor Street heading west. I guess that's it for my little journey into the park, but I'll just take us a bit further west. I worked up a bit of a sweat on my little adventure in the urban wilderness. Here's my favorite old apartment building in the city. (2001) and historic apartment odyssey. As we look east, back the way we came. But I think I'm going to actually wrap up the walk here in front of my favorite classic apartment building. I hope you enjoyed the little journey into High Park. I hope those people who enjoy the nature walks got their fix. It could be a much longer walk, obviously. You could walk around in there for several hours, really, without walking past the same spot twice, but maybe I'll save that for another time of year when it's a bit more pleasant, at least for me, to walk around through a large city park like that. The fall, I think, would be a great time to do it. But leave a comment down below if you did enjoy or not, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.